Geologic Timescale Project, Cretaceous Period. Cretaceous Period. Cretaceous, which comes from the word chalk in Latin, was the last period of the Mesozoic era. This period began 146 million years ago and ended 65 MYA, lasting 81 million years. Atmosphere and climate. The Earth had a warmer climate during the Cretaceous period. This wasn't because of the sun, which produced around 2% less heat, but because the atmosphere contained 3 to 6 times more carbon dioxide than the present day. A large amount of carbon dioxide caused an abundance of plants. This also implies that the climate was very warm and wet, even though the tropics were too dry to support rainforests. Plants grew even in the Arctic Circle, which supports the idea that the global temperature was more balanced during the Cretaceous period than it is today. Temperatures during the mid-Cretaceous were at their peak, but during the late Cretaceous, terrestrial temperatures decreased. The meteor impact at the end of the Cretaceous period dispersed ash into the atmosphere, cooling the Earth by blocking sunlight. Earth's continents. Throughout the Cretaceous period, the Earth's configuration changed quite a bit. The continent Laurasia, consisting of North America and Eurasia, had already started separating during the Jurassic period and continued to do so during the Cretaceous. The Cretaceous period is when the continent Gondwana, consisting of Africa, Antarctica, Australia, India, and South America, started to separate. At the end of this period, most present-day continents were separate. Though Australia and Antarctica were still close and India had just broken off from Africa, not yet connected to Asia, the Earth looked similar to how it does today. On the right side of the slide, you can see a picture of Laurasia and Gondwana. On the left side of the slide is a picture of the Earth during the late Cretaceous period. So you can see that Antarctica and Australia are still near each other and starting to break off. And then India is not yet near Asia. And then on the right side of the slide, there you can see that Antarctica and Australia have broken off, and India is connected to Asia, and that is how Earth looks today. Animals of the Cretaceous period. The Cretaceous period was the last period to have dinosaurs as the dominating group, ending in their extinction. Hadrosaurs, gigantic marine reptiles, and pterosaurs were vast at the time. Example of hadrosaurs. Shuntunglosaurus were bipedal, horn-beaked, herbivorous dinosaurs found most commonly in North America during the late Cretaceous. This is interesting because most dinosaurs had become quadrupedal by the end of the Mesozoic era. Shuntunglosaurus was also a part of the ornithopods group. These dinosaurs are equivalent to today's cattle and deer. Example of gigantic marine reptiles. Mesosaurs were a part of the Mesouridae family, a group of marine reptiles. Mesosaurs had paddles, large skulls, and long snouts. Their tails were particularly long and curved downward, giving them a snake-like appearance. By the late Cretaceous period, Mesosaurs had become gigantic, averaging around 6 feet. However, the specimen, Mesosaurus hoffmanni, was estimated to be around 56 feet long. Examples of pterosaurs. The pterodactyloid, commonly known as the pterodactyl, was a species of flying reptile found in North America during the late Cretaceous period. Pterodactyloids are one of the largest flying animals with a wingspan of 6.5 to 36 feet. The asdargid was a large, long-necked pterosaur with a wingspan of 33 to 36 feet long, making them the largest flying animals in history that we know of. Plant life. The early Cretaceous period had similar plant life to the Jurassic, including ginkgos, ferns, and cycads. Plants that appeared during the Cretaceous period are angiosperms. Ginkgo biloba, also known as the maidenhair tree, is believed to be the oldest living seed plant and is currently on the endangered species list. Angiosperms, or flowering plants, have the most biodiversity and are the largest group in the Plantae kingdom. Examples of flowering plants are roses, lettuce, jasmine, sunflowers, and daisies. Major events. The first flowering plants appeared in the early Cretaceous period. Around the end of the Cretaceous period, the Laramide orogeny uplift began, which contributed to the middle and southern parts of the Rocky Mountains. The Cretaceous interior seaway was formed due to plate collisions creating mountains, the Gulf of Mexico basin subsided, and seawater flooded the Arctic region. The Cretaceous period ended with the mass extinction of dinosaurs caused by an asteroid strike.